going on, fam? Takara, y'all still driving? Hey, Sharon. Well, y'all be safe on the road. I want y'all to text me when you get home. 3 more hours. Good Lord. All right, well, don't text me when you get home. Hey, man. Hey, Sharon. I love you. Look, I just, I wanted to just kind of jump on tonight. I know I'm driving and I'm gonna be safe. I promise. But I have to get this out. And I know Bishop is gonna get me. I promise I'm watching the road, but I know, Kevin, I know. But I have to get this out. In fact, I got to get this out so bad that I put on my hazards. I'm pulling over to the side of the road. Okay? So, hold on just a second. I put on my hazards. I'm on the side of the road. Slow down. Let me get off. I don't like when it's like that. Okay, let me do that. Boom. And stop. Yo, I'm parked. Pray that nobody drives crazy off the highway. Hey, Cairo. I'd love to come back anytime, man. But look, I just had an amazing worship experience with my team tonight. I mean, truly awe-inspiring worship experience with my team tonight. And I'm still so very, very full. I'm actually still just in his presence. And I'll try to share everything I can think of right now. Number one, for all of my worship leaders, and really, I'm not even just going to say the worship leaders. I'm going to call out pastors and any leaders, period. You have to make room for God, period. If worship leaders, if you always go into your rehearsals and start with warm-ups and then go to this song and then go to that song, go to this song and go to that song, and try to have people get into the presence off of a particular song, you're teaching your people wrong. The reason the body of Christ isn't experiencing the level of freedom that we should be having is because we're so programmed to the next thing. Tonight, I came in and I did have an agenda, and I just felt God saying worship. And the next thing I knew, like, we were just there. Sometimes in church, and I know it's hard from a church perspective because there's so many people that everybody's walking in with a different perspective, but there has to be moments that you just kind of take the reins off and you don't have to start with an up-tempo song. You don't have to start with just stand up there and let God do what he's going to do and be okay with that. And recognize that there are going to be moments that you're not going to start with a fast song and people may not get it. But when you just get into it and you really do what God has called you to do, it's going to overwhelm the people. And it is in the place, that's number one. Number two, as I titled on this particular video, you cannot teach people how to worship. I don't care what you've been sold. I don't care. Y'all can chop me however you want to. The Bible has 7 different definitions for praise. Has 7 different words for praise. Tehillah, Yada, Toda, Shabak, Barak. It has 7 different dimensions of praise, but there is no literal definition in the Greek, Hebrew, or Aramaic for worship. Why? Because Aramaic is defined by you. It is defined as the overflow of your relationship. I can't tell you how to worship. There's no song that will start worship for you. You have to have a relationship with God and be in a place that He overwhelms you. When He overwhelms you and causes your heart to sing and causes your spirit to surrender, that is worship. That is worship. It is not a fast song. It is not a slow song. It's not William McDowell's song. It's not Williams Murphy's song. It's not Israel's songs. Worship is the true release of your spirit. Because what he wants is your release. It is your true release. It is your unadulterated release. And then there's the third thing that happened tonight. It's in the place of freedom that miracles happen. Let me say it again. It's in the place of freedom. It's in the open place that miracles actually happen. I'm not saying we get this at New Birth because, we have a great pastor, but the body of Christ has been fed this malarkey that if I pray right and if I do right and if I follow the order and if I do this perfectly, then God is going to respond. And that's how I get my miracle. I get my miracle by being perfect. I get my miracle by fasting. I get my miracle by sowing. I get my miracle by all this other stuff. The truth of the matter is the miracle of God happens at the open place. It is at the place where you truly let everything go that God can stand. That is the only place that a miracle can happen. You can beg and cry for a miracle all you want to, but if you are not willing to let go, He cannot produce a miracle for you. He will not do it. Why? Because miracles are not for your glory. They are for His. Let me say it again. Miracles are not for your glory. They are for His. Because when a miracle truly shows up, the only way you can categorize it is to say, God did it. You can't say, I prayed and then God showed up on my behalf. I'm not saying that God doesn't deliver, and I'm not saying that God doesn't truly show His power when you do that stuff, but I'm telling you, the real miracle is when you let go. And when you let go, for real let go, I'm telling y'all, God is so amazing, man. But you can't let go if you don't let yourself worship. And you can't let yourself worship if you continue to hold to your prescribed program, your tradition, or if when you hold to your shortcomings and your misgivings, and when you hold to what you think is right and what you think is, when you think you're wrong, it's in the open place that God manifests His presence. And I want to encourage all of y'all. I pulled to the side of the road to encourage you to just let go. Let go. Really, just let go. Stop fussing. Stop fighting. Stop putting pressure. Stop putting pressure on your pastor and your worship leader and other leaders around you. Stop putting pressure on yourself to try and usher you into a place that only God can usher you into. And the only way you can get into that place is by letting go. I've been a worship pastor now. I've been doing praise and worship now for 15, 16 years. I've been at New Birth now you know, 7 years now. And I've had moments where I truly let it go and let God. And then there have been moments where I felt like I had to live up to people's expectation. I got to be strong for everybody, and I got to do this and I got to do that. And then people come up to you and they give you this and they do that. Yo, it's when you let go that God shows up. It's when you let people be themselves that God does it. But we need to have order and we need to have structure. There's always godly order. But you must have order. You must have things together. I mean, you have to walk in with a plan, but the plan is always Him. Let me say that again. Walk in with a plan, but the plan is always Him. The plan should always be Him. Well, Bernard, am I supposed to write the vision to make it plain? Absolutely. But at the top, the middle, and the bottom of that vision, it's got to be Him. Because the writing is to show that we're hearing Him and that we're willing to do what He says. Not to prescribe. Because God is truly in control. So I just wanted to share that. You can't teach worship. You just got to go do it. How do I do it? Let it go. Let it go. Let the hurt go. Let the frustration go. Let the disappointment go. But I'm giving God my gifts. I'm letting go. I'm letting Him use all of me. He doesn't want your gift. He wants you. He wants you. And I'm learning this even now, and I continue to learn it, and I'm not even sad about it. I'm not even whatever. God has used me in great moments, but I know I'm not perfect, and none of us are. And He doesn't want your gift. He wants you. He wants you. But I'm giving you all my time. That's cool. When are you gonna give me you? But God, I am giving you, I'm preaching and I'm singing for you. That's great. When can I spend some time with you? When can I get what I paid for? When can I get what I paid for? But God, you created me to worship you. Yeah. I did. That's what I created you for. But I paid for your heart. When are you going to give me what I paid for? And I'm not mad that you may not know how to give it to me. But I want it. It's good. I'm not going to cry on the side of the road. I promise I'm not. Man, God is doing some great stuff, man. God is so amazing. God is so amazing, dude. Y'all, please stop trying to prescribe worship. Stop trying to prescribe it. Stop trying to, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Oh, but He is so amazing, and all He wants is what He paid for. Yo. I don't know about y'all. And I may not always get it perfect. I may not always get it right. But every day I'm going to wake up and say, God, I'm going to give you what you paid for. And I'm going to trust you that even when it doesn't feel right, it works right. Because it's what you paid for. Okay, I have to go now. I love y'all. I'm going to be safe on the road. Be encouraged. He wants it all. Bye.